Hi guys, Virginia here and I'm back with another 12 by 12 process video for you today, and this one's for the Kitaholic Kits design team using the lovely January kits. So what I've done is I'm basically focusing on this gorgeous foil print that's come in the kit this month, and I've fussy cut it out. I didn't particularly want the sentiment that was at the bottom, and I wanted to make a bit of a feature of it, and I thought, my initial thoughts were I would put it on a pattern paper, one of the ones that came in the kit, but putting it on them, I kind of felt like I was losing its, I guess, vibrancy. It was just getting lost, and I felt like it was kind of getting wasted on the pattern papers. So I do just kind of take the time to flick through, and I pull out this pink one. I felt like that was probably the best for the layout and for the photo that I'm using. It's a photo of me. I very rarely scrapbook myself. It's actually a very recent one too, from my birthday. Yeah, I didn't take the photo. Edison took the photo, by the way. She seems to be the only one that takes photos of me, so that's another story. But yeah, I'm wearing a little like a pink skirt and black top, and it all just kind of goes beautifully with this month's kit. So that's why I'm scrapbooking it. And I just thought it would be nice. I mean, florals, that's totally me. And there's butterflies and lots of stuff. And I mean, the colours in the kit are just my kind of colours, I think. So that's why I'm scrapbooking. Okay, so I have grabbed some of the 6x6 papers from the pocket page kit, and I'm just mounting them on. I've gone with the black text print first. That's kind of bringing in some of the black that's in the photo, that's in my top, and then I've gone for a white with the little, I guess, like faux paint design, but that is a nice light way to bring in some of all of the colours from this collection that features in this month's kit. So it's bringing in the pinks and the greens and the oranges, so but in a very subtle way. And then I've gone for another black and white floral print underneath, just to kind of add another layer but a neutral. Okay, so I'm still persevering with that pink pattern paper for my background, and I've gone through, I've cut out a little sentiment. I can't even read what it says, I apologise. You probably can. What does it say? The secret to having it all is knowing you already do, and I thought that was quite nice, a nice little sentiment for my birthday, I guess. But I do end up pulling it off because it's just a bit too big for the design, and it's taken away a little too much. I initially thought maybe I could put an extra cluster, just to kind of, I wasn't going to bring in any die cuts for the pack. I just really wanted to feature this fussy cut foiled image. So my idea was to make a little cluster up the top right of the page to kind of bring a bit of balance, but I do end up, you'll see, taking that off eventually. So I'm just fussing around, thinking about what I can pull in from this kit that isn't going to take away from that large floral piece. And I pulled off one of the butterflies off one of the paper clips, and a lovely little pink one. And I tore it when I did it, but that's okay, I've managed to fix that. And this is about the point where I think, no, things are getting a bit too heavy, so I'm going to shuffle some things around. I'm going to move that little sticker with the white hearts, place back my title. My title's just simply going to be 34. I'm adding a little puffy sticker down the bottom of the photo. It's a nice simple little text and a heart on that photo. And I've decided to just bite the bullet and have a look through the die cut pack and see what I can bring in to try to make it work. So I'm thinking about some sentiments. I've popped a few black ones in there, thinking I could pull some black from that photo onto the page. Another little pink piece for the top that could add to my cluster up there. We've got the word blessed. I thought about having that as part of my title. And these floral die cuts, I wanted to save them, I truly did. I didn't want to use them on my first layout. That tends to be my natural tendency. If there's florals, I just gravitate towards them. And I tried, I really did try, but I just couldn't help myself. They're just too pretty. So I'm thinking now, I think that pink's got to go. So I'm just popping over to grab some white cardstock, and I'm going to dump it all onto there, and I'm going to work with this now. And in the end, I'm really happy with the results. It's a really kind of fun page, but yeah. Okay, so I'm toying with the idea. I'm still kind of trying to get that large piece down the bottom because it is such a large floral cluster, and I'm pulling out some of the floral die cuts from one of the die cut packs, and then I decided to switch it up and thought maybe if I had the neutrals at the top, which is that large fussy cut piece, and then the photo and these floral die cuts down the bottom left hand corner, kind of encompassing that photo, it might be a nice, I guess, juxtaposition, if that makes sense. So we've got a whole lot of colour on one side and then neutrals at the top. And so that's where I'm gravitating towards now. So I've cut off a large portion of one of the stickers off the 12x12 sticker sheet, that's florals, and that's going to sit at the bottom left corner, and that's going to be a great base for this large floral cluster I'm going to create here. And then I'm just kind of tucking those other flowers around the photo. One's on top of the photo, and then the other two are kind of tucked in between the layers. And now I'm just pulling out bits just to kind of extend that colour onto the page a bit more, just to break up some of that white, and to help everything kind of flow together. So I've got some hearts going on there. I'm just looking for some other pieces now that I could use. These leaves are from the sticker sheet as well, and so I'm just cutting them apart. Okay, so I'm rather happy with this. I'm going to glue this large fussy cut piece down and making sure it's kind of overlapping off the page. Just glue those leaves down, and then I can start working on the other pieces. So once I finally got the idea going, and I gave into temptation to use those flowers, it was a really quick process. And I actually didn't use a lot of product on this layer as well, which is quite surprising. Normally I tend to embellish quite heavily. But yeah, no, this one I really like this. It's a really nice, simple design. Okay, so for the photo cluster, I'm just adding foam adhesive behind all those die cuts just to support them. And then I'm going to mount that back in place. Just continuing to make sure that there's glue behind everything. Pop some glue behind the ends of them. And I'm just going to look for a few more little pieces just to add. So we've got some puffy hearts. These are gorgeous. So I'm going to add a couple of them and just kind of scatter them around. And I fuss with them for a little bit, trying to get the balance of colour right on the page. And I'm going to go through the little chipboard stickers as well, and I'm going to pull off a butterfly, a pink and green butterfly, which matched just about perfectly, and a little bird I'm going to tuck in there, and the butterfly's just going to go up there. I love butterflies on layout, so that's definitely going to go on, and I love birds, so that's definitely going to go on. Any excuse. Okay, another little heart I'm just going to tuck down there. It's just off the sticker sheet, and I'm just going to tuck that under that leaf, and that's just bringing those colours out into the white area a little bit more. I don't want to fill it too much. I don't want to overwhelm it. I want to keep it white, but I just want some pops of colour so that they merge nicely, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to trim off that large die cut, all those pieces hanging off the edge. I'll just make sure that the bits on the edge are glued down. Not going to go anywhere. And I trimmed off the excess of those die cuts as well. Okay, so I figured, well, I've got these excess pieces. I may as well extend that large gold cluster a bit more out to the left and down the bottom right of the page as well. And so that's where I'm working at now. Just making sure that there's foam behind them so that they're the same level as the rest of it. And I'm just adding them onto the layout. Just adding glue as I go. Just trying to decide what to put where, and I've got a smaller little piece here which is just going to go in there just to fill in that empty spot, and I'm going to tuck one the top there. And I'm just trimming it one so it's a bit more tidy, and I'm going to pop that up to the ends, and that's kind of extending that piece right out to the corners of the page. There was a few little pieces of die cuts as well, so I thought I might as well use them and kind of extend that little cluster out a little bit further. And I did think about the flower, but it was a bit small for my needs. Okay, so just my final little touch is some sprinkling of some gold Heidi Swapp Colour Shine. I have very, very little of this left, so it's not shaking too well. But there we go, I get there in the end. And I did spill a little bit on that bird, but that's alright. So that's it for my layout. I hope you enjoyed the process, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.